how critical is a win like that in this race, just as far as building your guys' confidence goes? Because again, so we know it's going to come down to that final game, but to have a game like this, how important is it for your confidence?
I just feel like we got to build on this. This is something we build on. We got some injuries we don't take care of, but everybody got to step up and be ready to play. When your number's called, you got to be ready to play no matter what. And I think that's what we did today. Defensively, I feel like we got after it, and that led to easy points, and then it just got us going in the game. So just building off of this.
And then as far as Angel's absence goes, we obviously saw her on the bench today. How important is it having her voice there, her support there? I mean, I know she's a rookie, but she's really demonstrated a lot of veteran qualities. Her vocalness is one of them. So yeah, what's that? The importance of having that there.
She's still very much a part of our team, injury or not, and I'm glad that she took on that role as being our biggest cheerleader now. She did so much for us this season. So yeah, like I said, I hope she knows we have her back and we want to play for her, and not just A but E, and obviously just everybody. We want to play for each other and just take care of one game at a time.
We'll go to Andy. Questions for players first, please.
Hey guys, good game. First off, we'll start offensively. You guys were able to score in just about any way you want. We're talking half-court set plays, in transition, on-ball screens, off-ball screens, you name it, whatever it was. Is that the offensive identity you want to build and you'll be able to score in a versatile amount of ways?
Yes, I feel like moving the ball, getting it from side to side is always good for us. We got players that can attack, we got players that can shoot, and we got post presence, as you can see. So I feel like we got a well-rounded team that can do pretty much everything. So once we share the ball and we get everybody involved and we're taking easy shots, like catch and shoot, shots like that we know that we can make, we're really dangerous.
Thank you. And then this one specifically to Izzy. Without Angel, you guys' interior defense was still very short up. It was limiting points. I think it was very good today. What allowed you and the rest of the team to be able to do that despite Reese's absence?
Continue to score in the paint.
Or continue to stop them from scoring in the paint. I'm sorry. Defensively.
I mean, yeah, ball pressure is something, and obviously we try to make the correction of not fronting them and getting behind. But those are some big girls, so I can see everybody just trying to fight around, and that's just something we have to just be better on and take care of us in the second half. I think we pointed it out. They were going to go more into the paint, and that's what they did. So yeah, we have to just pay attention to details and correct those things.
We'll go Zachary, front row on your left.
Hey guys, great game. Izzy, in Angel's absence, you step up and you start, and then you put on a great performance, 21 points, 9 rebounds. As the game progressed, after you scored your first basket, got your first rebound, did you just grow more in confidence as the game went on?
I mean, yeah, I do want to always remain aggressive, and I have belief in myself. I wanted to, for sure, step up with Angel being out today and still show that we can still be a solid team. We have the pieces that we need, and just continue to stay aggressive. And once you see it going one time, that's kind of all the really motor that you need. But not only that, but sharing the ball as well. So there was times where I was running transition, I saw my guards out there, and they did a great job, reaching out and going to the corner. So it's like Danan was saying, all playing within that system and just looking for each other because it's open.
We'll go to Alyssa, then Jalen, then Annie for players first.
So it was superhero night, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the video that they did of Diamond, but she was just talking about a moment in her life where her relationship to basketball was really strained. And I was wondering if either of you guys would be willing to share a moment in your guys' lives where your relationship to basketball was strained and just how you came back to the love of it.
You put so much time and work in this game, and when you don't see the results, regardless of how old or whatever, what level you're playing at, high school, college, professional, when you put that time in and you feel like you're not getting those results, I feel like everyone kind of get down on themselves and is this really what I want to do? But we love this game. Obviously, to be here, you have to. So you just got to keep putting the work in. But I'm sure everybody's hit a low point in their lives and in their career. But you got to fight through it. It's what we love to do, and we get paid to do it. So it's a blessing.
Jalen for players.
Hey guys, you guys came out with the ball rolling and never looked back. How were you guys able to maintain focus after building the lead?
I think halftime was pretty good for us, and we go into the mindset of it's still 0-0. But being able to get that lead with transition boards and get to the free throw line and really playing good defense, I just think we played really solid, and that really carried us into the second half as well. Again, like I said, paying attention to the details going into that second half because they are a second half team. They know how to come out and adjust and make differences in their game plan. So, yeah, I'm glad that we had a strong first half and committed to staying through to the end of the game.
We'll go back to Annie.
This win coupled with the Dreams loss today puts you guys at a 1-game advantage for that 8th playoff spot. And you know, there's a lot of conversation about, okay, the importance of making the playoffs, but then obviously, if you don't, you're in the lottery. There's just a lot of dynamics at play. So as players, what is the importance for you guys in making this 6th consecutive postseason appearance here in Chicago? And why is it important to do that, even if it's just at the 8th seed, even if it's just kind of a step in the rebuild? It's not necessarily like the championship that you obviously want to win again at some point.
I would just say Coach has been saying 1 game at a time, so I feel like we're just focusing on each game, approaching it the same way, and getting the results that we want. So I feel like obviously we want to get in the playoffs. That's obviously a goal. So just knowing that we got to win games and to do so.
And to remind everybody, they had us 12th in the preseason, and I don't think that's something we forget. And you just have to kind of carry that chip on your shoulder. And we've proved so many people wrong this year from top to bottom, and that's still something that we want to do. And yeah, like I said, throughout the season, we had our ups and downs, but we're still here and we're battling through adversity and whatever.
But when it comes to, like, again, you're building back. I mean, you were here for the title. So when you're talking about building towards the future, you want to get back to that title contention. Why is it important to make the playoffs, regardless of where you finish, regardless of whether you're compete or a 1, 2, 3 seed? Like, why is it as a player important to get this postseason berth, despite however it may end if you do?
I feel like first off, we're competitors, so we want to go into every game wanting to win this game. And secondly, I would say just like for experience, like obviously we have rookies that have not experienced the postseason, and it's different. So I feel like getting there and going there, obviously Angel won't be a part of that, but she'll still be able to see how we're prepping for the games because it's a different atmosphere, it's a different level. Everything is different. I even feel like the officiating is different in the postseason. They kind of let you be a little bit more physical. So just getting that experience under our belt, but we're going in to win. We're not going in like, oh, we're the 8th seed and whatever. Like, that doesn't matter. We're going in to win.
Any last questions for players? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll go to questions for Coach. We'll start with Annie.
And just the same question I started with them. What's the importance of having Angel's voice on the bench? Again, she's a rookie by experience measures, but she's proven this year that, you know, rookie might not be the best word to describe her. So why is it important to have her voice on the bench?
She's been a voice all season long, so there's no need to change it now. And she's been talking out the entire time. It's the encouragement from the bench and what she sees from the bench she was pouring into her teammates. It's always important. It's always important, as well as you will. She's doing the very same thing. It's important to keep your voice valuable, and she's doing that by what she sees and pouring to her teammates so they can walk out on the floor and feel a little bit more confident about what they see, what they feel.
And then for the players, how important do you think stacking back-to-back wins like this, not just wins, but, you know, dominant wins in this playoff push is for their confidence?
Well, it builds it. It builds it, and it's truly helpful. The way that I said to them today, it's how you win. You know, when you win games, it's about how you win games. And this one was one of our best from the beginning to the end. And it's how we played, the ball movement, everybody getting touches, knowing what we wanted to do with the ball and how important it was. And then going back and getting defensive stops. You can't look at the record of this team. That's a hell of a basketball team over there. They have some incredible athletes, and it's very, very difficult to defend their bigs, extremely difficult. To keep them out of the painted area. And then you have Arike who's an incredible shot taker and maker. So it was very, very difficult, but it built a lot of confidence for us to play the way that we did, to win the way that we did, and to dominate the way that we did.
We'll go to Andy, then Steven.
Yeah, Coach, I'll ask you the same question I asked the players. Offensively today was a great success. I mean, you're talking how fluid the offense looked and the myriad of ways you're able to score, how versatile the offense looked. Is that something you want to build on? Is that what you want the offensive identity of the Sky to embody?
Well, if you look at how we scored the ball and you had a balanced attack. When you have a balanced attack, you're a pretty good damn team. And then with Dana coming off the bench and Diamond coming off the bench and playing the way that they did to give us that bench production, it's huge. It's big for us. So it's a big thing for us to be able to move the ball and everybody's being a part of. When everybody's a part of, there's a lot more excitement.
I know the game just ended, but you had a couple players get banged up in the second half there, Diamond and Kennedy. Do you know anything yet, or we'll wait and see?
We'll take a look at it a little bit later. I'm headed right to him right if I leave this table.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You got it. Appreciate it.
Stephen.
Hey, Coach. You defensively, it felt like this was one of your best games of the season in terms of the connectedness within your switching and what we saw from the wings as far as the field goal percentage. Can you just speak to your team's growth in that particular part of the process?
Well, I'm a little tough on the defense side of the ball, so there's a lot of things that I saw that we definitely have to correct as we move forward. But what was so good about it is we never gave up. We never gave in. The level of intensity was high on the defensive side of the ball because that's who we are. We're a team who goes on the defensive side first. We want to be a team of defensive stops into offensive runs. We want to be a team on the offensive runs who punch the ball inside with inside-outside attack team. So that's what you actually saw tonight.
And then there's been a lot of conversations about Dana for other reasons, but can you just kind of speak to the resilience that she has as a competitor to just attack every day and then she gets an opportunity?
Let me tell you guys again, Dana is valuable to us. See her play tonight? See how good she was? That's what we expect every time she steps on the floor. She goes and she gets it done. She does her job and she does her job well. She came in and she was aggressive defensive for us. She was disruptive from 94 feet. She made it difficult for them to get to many options in their offense because they were low in the shot clock. That's defensive pressure. That's defensive pressure. So now everybody else can pressure up because of the pressure she puts on the ball. And then she was finding her way offensively, knocking down shots for us. That's big. Coming off the bench and scoring the way that she did and being as composed as she was. And when her name was called, like she sat here and said, she answered.
We'll go to Maya and then Alyssa.
Hey, Coach. I'm just wondering, thinking back to like training camp and sort of Kennedy's arrival in Chicago and then watching her play tonight, or this late in the season and her performance tonight for sure. What emotions does it bring up for you? What are you thinking about when you're watching her play? And have you learned anything about yourself as a coach through working with her over the course of the season?
I just learned a lot about them. They're very resilient young women. They never give up, they never give in. They compete every single time they're on the floor. When you talk about the growth of Kennedy Carter, of course I'm proud. Of course, there's many areas of growth. We all know how good she is in the game of basketball, what she can do, but people need to recognize how good she is in making everybody else around her so good. She's that type of basketball player. It's not about her out there. If it was, she'd probably go put 50 up. It's about her teammates. She wants to win, and she wants to win in the right way. And that's the way she plays the game, and it's beautiful to watch. I hope everybody else sees it too, and how great this young lady is, and how she's really grown in many areas of her life. I'm proud of that.
We'll go to Alyssa, last few.
Coach, I just wanted to ask about Bree and what you've liked out of her the last couple games.
Who?
Brianna Turner.
Oh my goodness, that's the best professional athlete person you'll ever be around. By far the best. She's been in these type of atmospheres. She's been in these type of games. She knows what it's like to scratch and claw to get to the playoffs. She understands. She comes out, she plays her role well. And that's what we want from Breezy. And right now, Breezy is a huge part of what we do. Always have been, especially with the way that she leads our bigs and try to give them ideas of how to guard players. She's guarded all of these players. She knows. So when she's called, we know we got a great name being called. That she goes out and she definitely gets her job done.
We'll go to Zachary, front row on your left.
Hey, Coach. Isabelle comes into the starting rotation in replacement of Angel, and she puts on a tremendous performance. 21 points and 9 boards. Just wondering if you could speak to her contribution tonight, filling in that slot.
Contribution, huh? She just played. She played her role. She did exactly what she's supposed to do. She was dominant in the paint. She was physical from the very beginning. She made things very difficult for them on the defensive side of the ball, of where they wanted to get it to their bigs. She didn't allow any easy entry passes. And then she was rebounding the ball for us, running the floor for us, and then defending the way that she did. It's pretty tough. But then when the ball went inside to her, there was zero hesitation. She scored the ball. That's what we want. Don't hesitate. You know what you can do. We trust and believe in it. Get it done. And that's what she did. She took her role very seriously.
Last couple, we'll go back to Andy.
Coach, on a personal note, it's been a bit over 5 years to the day where you were inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Greatness can be personified in many ways. You clearly personified it as a player. How does that bring into how you try to personify greatness as a coach now?
The same thing. I studied my ass off as a player. Studied everything about the game, everything about coaches, the why did you do this? I was a true extension of our coach. Whatever coach that I played for, I was a true extension of that person because it was important, because of the position I played. I studied my ass off. Same thing I do here. I have plenty of people on speed dial that I call because there's questions that I have that I want to grow with. I don't ever want to be happy and okay with where I am. I want more. I'm one who wants more. Not only do I have coaches on speed dial, my family on speed dial, so that's good enough for me. I got my back. I love y'all. I know y'all listening too. Spoon Crew, I love y'all.
Any more for Coach? Thank you.
Appreciate you all so much. Have a great night.